Bankrate.com's Greg McBride, if you missed it, he told us last hour that the millennial generation is planning ahead for the reality of retirement. Take a listen.
We actually see a lot of really good numbers with the millennials. I mean, they got the memo on the importance of saving. We see it with regard to emergency savings. We see it with regard to retirement savings. They're saving. The problem with millennials, particularly when it comes to retirement savings, they are overly conservative. They favor cash.
I can't wait to get to this one. So let's find out if the millennial generation agrees. Let's bring in our Millennial Roundtable. You just saw them strutting their stuff down the hallway. Roundtable, Katherine Timpf from the National Review, civil attorney Christi Kunzig, and lifestyle coach Kris Drewry. Welcome to all of you. Good morning. All right, so this all means, by the way, that you were born in the 1980s or later, correct? This is the definition of millennial. Yes. Yep. I fall into that category. I'm not going to say when, but I think I'm at the very tail end of things here. But I think this is fascinating, okay, because there are very specific trends that are emerging from the millennial generation. And often I feel like millennials are attacked for not doing the right thing. And here you guys are saving better than anybody right now.
Well, I think we're just more conservative, mainly because we've seen what has happened to our parents and our parents' retirement funds. And I think that even though we might not be able to save as much, and you guys can chime in as well, I think we're just more conservative. We've seen what's happened, and we're less careful
to take some risks. You know, we're going to just keep our money, put it in the bank.
So define careful. What does that mean?
Well,
so, because you're criticized for not buying homes.
I can't buy a home right now. First of all, I live here in New York, but also I think with retirement, we're not counting on having Social Security. We're hearing that everywhere, that, you know, don't count on that. It could be bankrupt. So millennials, they save about 8% on average, and boomers only save 9%. And millennials, if they have the money, are saving more, but we also have student debt. And
okay, so what's your idea of saving for retirement? Because this Bankrate.com study shows that you favor cash. In what capacity are you saving for retirement?
I think actually putting into a retirement plan and saving in a savings account in the bank, instead of investing our money, we're actually saving it because we're afraid that if we put it in for an investment, we're going to lose it. Something's actually seen that happen.
We've seen it happen. We've seen the world kind of blow up. And I think, again, I don't know why we're getting a bad rap for being more conservative.
Well, the millennial generation is getting a bad rap for taking on loans that they never should have for college. Like you're graduating college and
it's impossible to pay off kind of what we've taken out for that. But
as far as you're all gainfully employed, obviously,
right.
But also this generation is criticized for not being willing to work hard enough, that you're entitled to certain work environments.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're making up most of the workforce right now, and we're being called lazy and entitled.
How do you feel about that?
Not a fan of that.
Not great.
Because why do you think that stigma is attached to the millennial generation?
I just think, again, we've gotten this thing that we're lazy, we're not working hard. But I know for me, I'm not thinking about I'm not thinking about retirement, because I'm just thinking that I'm going to be working for a really long time.
Yeah, I'll work forever. Yeah. Probably at this rate.
Like, what's forever? Like, what do you see as a retirement age right now?
I don't know, 60.
Haven't even thought about retiring.
Yeah.
I'm just still too busy working every second to think about retiring.
I'm like thinking about a vacation.
So you're married, not married? Married. Not married.
Not even close.
Okay.
And I also, sorry to interrupt. I also think a lot of it is that jobs are becoming more like non-traditional. So I think that we're planning on working longer because they're passion projects, or maybe stopping like a regular 9 to 5 and doing something that's more flexible. And in that case, I don't really think about retiring. So it's like I would like to work for a really long time.
So I didn't ask that just to like find out if you're like available for the audience. I had a purpose to that question, and that is, what is your idea of success? Is it having the perfect job? Is it getting married and having kids and a family, a house with a white picket fence? I mean, what is your dream?
I want it all.
Yeah.
I want it all. I'm very focused on my career right now. I'm still pretty young. I do want to get married and have kids someday. I think I have a lot of time. I hope that
Yeah, I agree with Kat. I think it's important to first focus on your career, get yourself secured that way, maybe get rid of most of the student debt, if not all of it, and then kind of focus on settling down, getting married. That way you're financially secure. You can get the house and raise the kids.
Okay, and then there's one other idea that's thrown out there by economists, that this generation hasn't even reached peak spending, that you guys aren't even spending anywhere near what you will be eventually once you're more secure in your job or you've got your family or whatever it may be. Do you see that as the case, that you're still saving and you're really conservative right now, but that's going to change.
I would hope so. I mean, I'm putting a lot to save for a house, and then I'm also putting $1,000 a month toward my student loan.
I also plan on working more and more and making more and more money. Hopefully, as my career advances.
So that's what it's about, making more money.
Definitely.
Right?
Well, saving for the future, I think as you become more secure in your job and a little bit older as well, you'll become more comfortable spending a lot more.
Okay, so last word, since you seem to be so colorful on this, to the camera. What do you say to all the critics of the millennials out there, the millennial bashing?
Yeah, stop it. Leave us alone. We're doing a great job, and I don't know why you're so mean. You're just, I don't know,
all right,
jealous.
Katherine, Christi, and Kris, great to have you on set this morning.
Thank you so much.
And a lot of color on the millennial generation. We appreciate that. It plays out in a lot of investments right now, believe me.